Hey guys, how you doing? Dr. Andrew here. This is Dr. Matt, and I thought we'd bring you all together today because Dr. Matt is new to our office. So first of all, welcome to the team, Matt.
Thanks, Andrew.
Now, I've got a couple of questions that we're going to ask Matt today, so you guys can learn a little bit more about him, where he come from, what he's been doing in the past. But my first question to you, Matt, is how did you get into chiro in the first place?
So I was, like most people, very unfamiliar with chiropractic. I sustained a shoulder injury, AC joint injury, playing rugby, and nobody could fix it. I actually went to every single orthopedic surgeon. They actually gave me cortisone. I went to every single physio that I can find, and then went to a chiropractor, and he fixed it. And I was fascinated by the industry. You know, I had to learn how does it work. I wanted to know more. I wanted to be that person that actually makes changes in people's lives like that. And that's when my fascination started. And I was at that stage, I was studying sports science, and then I decided I'm going to change lanes and become a chiropractor.
And not normally would you expect somebody to go to a chiropractor for a shoulder problem. They're more thinking about spine. So it's interesting that was your first experience. So tell me a little bit more about your chiropractic journey after that.
So after qualification, I came to Australia because I finished my studies in South Africa. Then I did my board exams in Australia, worked in Sydney for quite a few years. And after working in Australia, I went to go and work in the Middle East, where I've been for the last 7 years, working as a chiropractor. Came back here, worked a little bit in Sydney, did a bit of stint in New Zealand, and now I'm based here on the beautiful Gold Coast, and actually here at Trevina Chiropractic Centre.
Look at the day outside. Well, where would you be elsewhere, hey?
Exactly.
So, how do you stay healthy?
So, staying healthy to me is that there are a lot of spokes in the wheel. Actually getting adjusted regularly, because spinal health is crucial to me and my family.
We're going to have an adjustment after this, I think.
Exactly. So that's definitely something that I invested in, making sure that I get adjusted regularly. Mentally, you've got to stay healthy, and then biochemically, you've got to stay healthy, because all of those things actually could be stressors in the system, and like we know, the body can't really distinguish between these different types of stressors, but you've got to address all of the spokes in the wheel, and you can't just cherry pick one thing. You've got to make sure to actually do these things. Sleep enough, eat healthy, manage your stress, and be happy.
Chemical, emotional, and physical. That's all very important things. So, who do you think needs to see a chiro?
I think everybody. You know what?
I'd agree with that.
Yeah, you know what? We're just not saying that because we're actually biased, because we're chiropractors. I honestly do believe that spinal health, the state of your spine is a reflection of your total health. Yeah. So actually, and I always tell this to people, if you look at a mechanical point of view, you can get a lot of things replaced, but if you actually spend more time actually maintaining your cardio and what you do on your spine, you're in trouble. So I do believe the health of your nervous system is crucial to every single part of your system.
Absolutely. You don't have to wait until it's broken before you can do something about it, right?
Exactly. By the time you and I always talk about this, by the time pain comes around, you're too late.
It's too late. Exactly right. You know, there's a stat that's been put out there. I don't know where the stat came from, but they reckon only 10% of your nervous system can actually perceive things like pain, temperature, and all that sort of stuff. So a lot of cases, a lot of stuff's already gone on before you actually know it's actually there.
And by the time you get pain, it's too late. You look at all these other types of diseases. You could actually, so preventative care for me is, and that's where actually a lot of the science is heading, is preventative care and actually making sure we actually don't wait until we have symptoms before we actually deal with things.
That's right. Well, actually talking about science, what was it that made you want to come and work with us here at Trevina Chiropractic Wellness Centre?
Funny you say that, actually, because a lot of this stuff over here is actually data driven. The fact is that it's obviously some of the CBP techniques over here is probably the most researched technique out there. And the
so we're sort of standing on the shoulders of giants, aren't we, really?
Exactly, and everything is measured and monitored in here. So that's what we do believe in. We quantify, qualify, measure and monitor everything in there. We just don't randomly throw stuff at the wall and hope something sticks. Actually, everything is measured. We recheck on things, and that's the way we're going to make progress. Otherwise, we're going to hope we make progress, and most people don't.
One of the hardest things, I suppose, in healthcare is to guarantee results. But when you are following correct procedures, when you are doing certain techniques which are proven to be effective, the best thing that we could do for you guys is give you potentially the best results. And if we're doing the best things for you, then obviously the best results are most likely to come. So it's just a matter of not if, it's when. Right?
Yeah, exactly. And I just love the fact that there's everything over here is measured. So the fact of it is, we just don't assume things. We just make sure everything is measured, and that's why we can give you some sort of an idea what's going to be a unique treatment plan for you, and not just a generalized plan that's going to work for most people.
No offense to other chiropractors, but that's sometimes what you get, is you just get a quick in and out type sort of visit, and don't really know what your problem is, what you can do about it, and so on and so forth. So I suppose that's my commitment to all of you guys out there, is to make sure that, you know, I know what's going on with you, I diagnose it properly, we do a proper treatment plan, we give you proper exercises. We actually are not aiming for here, we're actually aiming for here with each one of our practice members there. So I suppose two more questions I have. A lot of people probably want to know a little bit about your behind the scenes. You know, you mentioned rugby before and all that sort of stuff. I'm a keen rugby player. That's not why I hired him though. He's a good chiropractor as well. But tell me more about your family. You know, you've got some family here as well.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I've got 2 young boys, 5 and 8 years old, 2 young boys, and that's actually what I try to be the best possible dad that I can be, and also be healthy and good example for them. I'm married to Cecile. She's
Hi, Cecile.
she's a psychologist, and we're just loving the life out here in the Gold Coast. Amazing lifestyle, and that's why we came here, just to give the kids the amazing ability to just live outdoors and be the best they can possibly be.
Everyone out there will attest as to how good chiropractic, not chiropractic, but the Gold Coast is to either practice chiropractic, but also to bring up kids.
Yeah, that's a wonderful place.
So I won't keep you guys too much longer. Last question, you know, you do other things other than what we do here. So what else can you actually bring to the clinic?
So I'm one of the few people in Australia actually that's certified through the Institute for Functional Medicine in functional medicine. So actually what we do in functional medicine, we assess your environment, your mindset, your lifestyle and your nutrition, actually looking at a lot of these chronic conditions that a lot of people pick up, and then also preventative care that we actually do. So some people would come to me actually looking to enhance their lifestyle. Maybe they want to be better, but also if they haven't had any answers for some of these chronic conditions, we actually assess them that way and then deal with a variety of different testing and lifestyle changes that actually to help them to be the best human they possibly can be.
So it's a little bit more than Googling what's good for muscle pain and then finding out magnesium and just hoping that it works, you know?
Yeah, and once again, biochemical individuality is pretty important. Andrew and I are genetically different, so what's going to work for him is not going to work for me. And that's also what's driven me to come to this clinic, which is actually the individual care. And that's what we do in functional medicine. Everything is personalized for what you exactly need. It might be that you need a different form of magnesium what Andrew needs, or exactly different nutrients. It doesn't mean that actually everybody needs everything, and we've got to make sure that actually what specifically you need is given to you.
I don't think you guys realize how much of a bonus that is to your care if you get Dr. Matt as a patient. So if you guys have any questions for Matt, please drop us a line, put a message below. We're going to shoot this out to all our current patients, but we're going to put it on our Facebook page too, so that's why I said drop a line below. If you have any questions specifically for him or myself, leave them below there and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. So Dr. Andrew, Dr. Matt, you'll see him around a lot more. Wish him welcome, say hello, and if I'm ever on holiday, he'll be looking after you, and vice versa. We'll take care of each other's patients. So
I look forward to meeting all of you guys.
Awesome. All right, so we'll see you all around the practice. Bye for now.
Take care.